All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Holmes Stretch. My name is Mark. His name is Priest. Last name Holmes, hence, and my last name Stretch. That's how we came to the Holmes. My last name is definitely not Stretch, but that would be a pretty cool last name. So, Priest, I'm going to ask you: have you ever come across any ridiculous last names, or you had a teammate with like a crazy last name, like Stretch, or just something super silly, or even something you couldn't pronounce? And it took you a minute, or you just said, you know what, I'm just going to call you Tim, and that's how we're going to go moving forward.
Yeah, if I was talking basketball, I'd say Tim Duncan was a pretty easy name to say, but now we got Wimby, so I'm still struggling on his last name, his first
All right,
name.
Wimbyam. Yeah, see, now you're tripping me up. Now I can't even say it. That's why I think we all say Wemby,
That's
right?
right.
We just say, hey, Wemby, let's keep it simple. Yeah, names can be pretty tricky, but I will say this, Priest. Growing up, there were a lot of fun names in my area, and they were names of already famous people. So, like, there was a Phil Collins, there was a Mike Tyson, we had a Michael Jordan. We had all these kids that unfortunately had to live under the shadow of these hugely successful famous people. Did you have a classmate with a name of somebody that was already famous?
I'm trying to think back. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know
No?
I've
Okay.
in particular, I've had some pretty interesting names. Also, back in college, when I was at the University of Texas, they used to call me Freddie Lee, and so that'd be, like,
Freddie
yeah.
Lee.
So here's the
What's
thing,
the
Mark.
story
Yeah,
there?
so
Okay.
most on Thursday nights, guys would go out to Sixth Street, and of course,
Okay.
most of the guys say, "Man, you better come with an alias, because boy, if anybody gets in trouble on Sixth Street, it's coming back to Coach." So the
Sure.
entire team, we pretty much had aliases, when it came to going down on Sixth Street. I was like, hey, they called me Freddie Lee. But since then, as I've gotten older, man, I've even got a couple of other names as well. At times, I've got friends, they've called me Petty P a couple of times. It can get pretty petty at times. So they call me Petty P. It's a
I see, I see. Okay, Petty P.
Petty P.
Um,
Yeah.
that's that's really funny. Wait, so what was his name again on Sixth Street?
Sixth
What was it?
Street.
Freddie Lee?
Freddie Lee. Yeah, Freddie Lee,
That's
man. Yeah,
hilarious.
there's some
No,
stories.
what's the origin of that? You just made it up. You're like, okay, we'll go Freddie Lee.
No,
It's like pretty common
it's
name.
interesting enough, it's just one of those things that just kinda get catched on, and, we were just trying to come up
Yeah,
with
yeah,
names and
just
stuff
caught on.
like that. I used to always say, "I'm ready like Freddie." I always just say, "I'm ready like Freddie,"
Okay,
and so, somehow it ended up being Freddie Lee when we'd go out on Sixth Street.
that's
And then,
amazing.
of course,
Did
we were
you
not
would
of age, we weren't 21 at that time, so, it was
right?
favorable to get into some of the establishments. We tried to, get in, and so we'd come up with these different names and stuff like that.
Did you now I mean, did you have a fake ID? Did you ever get a fake ID made, or did you ever try to use someone else's ID that looked kinda close
Yeah, we had a
close to
handful of
you?
fake
Like
IDs that, kinda traveled around the bar club, and guys were just like, "Oh, it's Thursday night, where's the fake ID? Somebody grab it."
oh, that's
And nobody,
hilarious.
it never got confiscated. It was,
Okay.
and for the most part, when we were going out to these establishment, I mean, 19, 20 years old, man, we looked pretty like grown men. And, so,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little different, a little easier for
Yeah,
us
well, you
to.
were athletes. You could get away with it. I'll tell you right now, Priest, me at 20 years old, I looked like I was in 3rd grade. I was super skinny. Like there was no way I was getting my way in. So how I got into the bars, or at least the hangs where you had to be at least 18 or 21 or whatever it was, is, when you're a musician and you're in a band and the band's got to go on stage and play, you get that special pass, Priest. You get in there as a drummer, as a young drummer. So that was my way in. Music was my way
Yeah.
into
Now,
those
as a drummer, Mark,
establishments.
did you
So,
have any
yeah.
nicknames, man? Did they throw anything at you?
No, but I will tell this. This is kind of I don't know how people are going to take this, but my last name is Seaman, which is super unfortunate, right? It was a long childhood. Got made fun of a lot growing up and stuff. But you defeat that demon with comedy. So I was always joking, but I'll just put this out there. One of my lead singers used to say, it's been a good show when there's semen on the drums.
Uh-oh.
So take that for what take that for what you will. I don't know if we have to bleep that or not, but whatever. No, no, I didn't have any fake names. Actually, that's not true. I had one. I had a nickname. Spunky was a nickname,
Uh-huh.
and this was like a British soccer coach gave this to me. I went to soccer camps all over the country, and in this particular instance, I think I was at Duke University. soccer camp. This might have been like 7th grade. And Priest, I could run with the best of them. I just never ran out of gas. I could run for days, limitless energy. And my coach was just like, oh my God, Spunky, man. And it just like stuck. So for whatever reason, Spunky kind of floated around there for a minute.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting these
but rest in
personal
peace
names
to
that we
that
end up
that
getting.
nickname.
Like I said, I can go
Yeah.
from there's times people, there's a group of people that call me PH. There's some people that call me 31.
Okay.
My teammates they call me
Okay.
31. It's the number of things that they call me the ticket. Some people call me the ATM machine. Because I was an automatic touchdown maker in the NFL at one point in time.
Oh, love
Yeah.
it. Yeah. ATM. Let's
Yeah, Mr.
go.
ATM,
Yeah,
automatic touchdown
Mr.
maker.
ATM, Mr. ATM. Last question on this because this is kind of fun. Would you use fake names to make reservations at restaurants and stuff? Like, or if you were going to roll into a place and you kind of didn't want people to know you were coming, or you just wanted to, you had to make a reservation under a fake name so it wouldn't, blow your cover. Would Freddie Lee emerge yet again, or did you just use like other ridiculous
No,
names
and it
to
wasn't
check
even
in?
anything ridiculous, but, you've met my daughter Kendall, and,
I
yeah,
have,
yes,
yes.
that's right. Just graduated from
She's
Paul
very
Mitchell
cool.
esthetician, so
Yes,
y
shout
yeah,
out.
shout out to
Shout
her,
out.
but she's actually called me a few times because of the fact that, when I go to restaurants, Kendall Holmes is actually gonna be
Yeah,
on that reservation every time.
nice.
So
Nice.
she's getting
Yeah, you're not
award
gonna blow
benefits,
up your
she's getting
spot.
callbacks, she's getting texts about your reservation is ready. She's texting me like, "What's going on?"
What's going on? Why did like, use my name, but my phone number
That's
too? What
right.
are you doing, Dad? Come on. Very funny, man. That's
But
great.
definitely
Alright,
going into a
Freddie Lee.
restaurant, sometimes you gotta definitely, throw in a different name just to throw them off a little bit, especially depending on
Yeah,
where you're gonna
yeah.
go, and I can imagine,
Right,
high profile
right.
guys that are playing currently, man, if it's not their assistant that's booking that reservation, I guarantee you they've got an alias.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, well, look, it's the holiday season, as we know, Priest. We're just on the other side of Christmas, and, there were 3 NFL games on Christmas Day this year, which is wild. I always remember maybe, like, Thanksgiving was always the big deal, and now it's Christmas, and then, of course, the NBA has, like, 5 games. What is it with pro sports now just they're ingrained now in the holidays. They're all fighting for your attention. We all know families are together and you're sitting around and now it's watching football or watching basketball or whatever. It's sort of taken over the reruns of some bad TV show that people watched in the 70s, right?
Well,
So what's that experience for you? Are you rocking football on Christmas Day once the fun part's done at the top of the
yeah,
day?
after playing 11 years in the league, 4 with Baltimore and 7 with the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't mind having the game on, but I can't tell you if I'm watching it play by play. It's good to have a game on,
Yeah.
and of course, it's the expectation. If you were to come to my house or if I'm at
Mhm.
somebody else's house for the holidays, visiting family, they're gonna have it on. And then here's the thing, Mark. Just because they have the game on, they feel like they can ask me every question and I'll have the answer for why a player is hurt, what's going on with the organization, what's going on with the team.
Sure.
And these are not teams that are like Baltimore or the Kansas City Chiefs where I may have some insight. These are just random teams, man, and they're asking me
Yeah,
my
yeah.
opinion. So it's great. I become that guy that's supposed to be the all-knowing person in the room.
You're like, "No, man. This is just background noise at the moment. Come on, let's celebrate Christmas." Well, speaking of Christmas, and you mentioned this on a previous show, and we didn't get into it, but you'd mentioned you just finished setting up your 4th tree.
Oh yeah.
How many trees at the end of the day, Priest Holmes, for you and your family? And where are these located? Have we discussed this? Like, they're all over the house,
Yeah,
right?
so this is a light Christmas, believe it or not. So typically there'd be 2 downstairs and 4 upstairs. So of course there's trees in the rooms, there's trees in the hallways. When you first come in,
In the
there's a lot of
hallways.
tree. Yeah, there's well, I mean, it's not a hallway if you're expecting
I'm
that.
just trying to get to the bathroom, Priest. What is this tree doing here,
Yeah,
man?
it's not like Arrowhead and I got corridors like that. But when you first come into the house, traditionally what I've always, kept a tradition is that there needed to be at least one real tree in the house. Not every year that always happens, but for the most part, there's a stairwell that goes up, and then there was always just a real tree. So, but this year a little bit light. We got 4 trees up. It's a lot easier these days because now they come pre-lit, right? So at least trying to just
Sure. Sure.
wrangle the lights around the tree and walking back and forth and going up and down is not such a hassle. But the tallest tree is about 9 feet. and then, every tree after,
9
yeah, every tree
feet,
after that,
let's
yeah,
go.
every tree after that is, smaller than that, but yeah, it's fun. I
Okay.
love
Wait, so
decorating.
do you put a basketball hoop on the top of your tree so if you're dunking, you know you're up there at 10 feet?
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
haven't done that, but I can tell you what, I've tried to teeter on the side of like a chair, on the side of like a bench, and there's been a few times, man, where I've been
Yeah.
barreling into the tree, man. It was me, the tree, and the
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
wall, trying to reach for the top.
Sure.
So, but yeah, it's pretty fun though.
Okay, next question. How long do these decorations, these trees stay up beyond the holiday? And I bring this up
Yes.
because my wife is from Puerto Rico. We celebrate Three Kings Day
Okay.
in our house, and that's January 6th. So this tree, priest, is going well into January because here's what happens. Everyone's back from work. We celebrate Three Kings. Next thing you know, I'm on a work trip. I'm busy. We're not discarding this tree till almost the end of January, man. We're the family bringing out this super brittle, barely functional tree near February 1st and putting it on the side of the street. So, what about you? How deep of a run does your tree make?
Yeah, I think so.
The real tree.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes definitely past the first year of the first week of the new year. But not only do we have
Okay.
it on the back end, I'm on the front end, so throwing up those trees and
Wha-
starting off with putting the first tree up, it has to start the week before Thanksgiving. So I'm already well, into Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving
Man,
is actually just basically the holiday music is playing, it's Thanksgiving, we're eating, and the trees are already going up, and so by the end of the
no
year,
love to Thanksgiving.
yeah, yeah, but they'll so by the end of the year, they'll start coming down, of course, that first week of the year, so
Okay.
good time.
And you can tell you get to a certain age when you're like, "Yo, can we just get these things all, like, ready to go? Just right out of the box, just plug them in.
Yeah, no, I'm
I don't have
excited, man.
time to go
So,
around."
yeah, we've got actually some of the ornaments that go all the way back to some of the earlier grades of the kids, so,
Oh,
and, during
love
grade
that
school when they
tradition.
were in some of the public schools, they're now homeschooled, but at that time, they would make
Mhm.
ornaments, of course, during those public school days, and
Yep.
so, yeah, we've got boxes full of those, and so it's pretty much fun. Not only is the decoration very important and making sure that there's 4 or more trees that are in the house, Mark, but there's something else special that I do. So,
Oh,
yeah,
what's
I got it.
this?
So I got
What
an
is
SUV,
this?
right? I got an XL,
Talk to me,
Yukon.
ticket.
Yeah.
Talk to me, ATM, Mr. ATM, let's go.
So I got a I
Alright, you got an
yeah,
SUV.
I got an SUV, and so one of the
Uh,
things that happens also during the year is I light the SUV up also. So I take those same lights, right? And I've got like 3 extra
uh,
boxes, and these things are
okay,
aligned on the inside of the SUV. And
okay.
Papa P has the sleigh that comes to Christmas. It's a black Yukon, but it's coming like a sled.
That is amazing. So you're lighting this thing up internally with these string
That's
lights,
right.
and you're powering it inside. Oh my gosh! So everybody knows Priest Holmes
Oh, yeah,
driving
when
down the
I'm rolling
street,
down
man.
this oh, yeah, look, when that vehicle has been going down the street, it's lit up, always. It's a must.
That's incredible. That's incredible, Priest. Super cool, super fun. Well, I know we're on the other side of it, but only by a day. So, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Obviously, Happy New Year when that comes around. And the day after Christmas is special to me too because that's my dad's birthday. So, I want to give my dad a shout out. It's tough when your birthday is either directly on a holiday or the day after or day before. It's tough to separate those two,
Yeah.
right? So,
Well,
you
Mark,
got to make
quick
them feel
question. So
special on
when do
both days.
you,
Yeah.
open up gifts? Midnight, or do you wait
What
till the
do I
morning?
op when okay, so as a child, I would be a terrible person, and I would wake up at, like, 1 in the morning, go sneak out there and try to get one unwrangled, but my parents would catch me on that. Um, no, we do all of ours on Christmas morning. I wanna say my family tried one year doing, like, 1 gift a day early, just to kinda get the groove going, but I think my parents put an end to that pretty quickly. We just do it all in one shot, man, Christmas morning. What about you? Is this like a week-long thing for you? I feel like this is a whole month-long thing
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
definitely a whole month-long thing, and also the kids get an opportunity to open up a gift before way before, way before Christmas Day,
Oh, okay.
and there might be one gift that they can take and, open it up, or something that I may give them unwrapped already as a gift, but
Okay,
definitely
cool.
on the day of, we like to make sure that everybody sleeps in and they can wake up,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, you
yeah,
sleep
yeah,
in.
sleep in and
Okay.
then
Yeah,
wake up
that's
in the
tough.
morning
That's
and
tough.
open up those gifts, man. It's pretty exciting. But you know what? Guess what? You know, there's an app. I think it's called Elfster, where you can actually have a group of friends and
Okay.
you can have like a secret Santa amongst that group of people. I mean, we're all into it, man.
Okay.
I hate the fact that I'm sorry, man, I didn't add you to it this year. I should have added you to the family
It's all
Elfster.
good. Don't worry about it.
And the
Don't worry
gift can
about it. I'll
only
get in
be
the. I'll,
at least $20 or less, you know. So it's just something fun that all the kids
okay.
can participate
Okay.
in.
Breaking news from Bet365. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Sign up, place a bet for $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, player props, futures, and so much more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Hey, do you have a gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only, 18 plus in Kentucky. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and select parishes in Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. $10 minimum deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
This has been a Playmaker production.